Super excited to join you all today. Gopal, what's
What's
up,
up,
man?
man? Nikhil, I hate to say you were right, and we shall go in and we shall go into that in the next few minutes. Yeah.
So, guys, welcome to Desi Ballers. This is episode 10, and we are live in, of course, the playoff series. Now, few things. I hope you guys saw the game. If you didn't, we'll share the highlights in a second. But this was a fun game again. I mean, this series is lit. Like, what, what do you think, Gopal?
Man, see, this is also I definitely fall in the prove me wrong category when it comes to the Kings.
Right.
And that's what I was telling you. Game two for me would be like the deciding factor. And dude, they balled out, man. And it's see 8 games, so you can always say, like I said in the last time, you can say it's home
Right.
court and playing adrenaline and all that.
Right.
But it looked like the Kings are ready, man. They're ready to battle. And Sabonis, dude, like that guy, like if he goes now, like does his ice bath or something, right? Whole body will be red, dude. Like I don't like that guy. I mean, he exemplified for me that the Kings have come to play,
They have
right? And
arrived.
they have arrived. Okay, so man, what a game, dude! What a game! Crazy game! Crazy game!
Yeah, yeah, I absolutely loved the game. I saw the whole thing. Now let's get into it. Warriors lose. This is the first time in Steph Curry's career that he is down 0-2. I don't
Yeah.
know what's going to happen. Will be very interesting to see. But first things first, I will tell you one player who I don't know if many people are going to even
I
give
think
him credit
I think I know who
is
you're talking about. But go ahead.
is
Yeah, sorry.
Davion Mitchell.
Yes, off
My
night.
God, what a player! I had no idea who this guy is, but he is playing Steph as well as anybody. Limiting Steph, keeping Steph to 3 of 13 in the playoffs is not a joke. Like Steph is someone who lights it up in the playoffs, especially in the early rounds. And Devion Mitchell is sticking to him like glue, not allowing him to dribble. You know, being in front of him. Now it's very interesting to see how the series goes. But Gopal, what do you think? Like, who do you think was the contributing factor in the game?
No, no. So you mentioned Davion Mitchell, right? So there is a, you know his nickname, right? Off night. That's it. His nickname is Off Night because he puts like the guy who's guarding. He has an off night. Okay.
Wow.
And it's very interesting here. I'm not trying to force an Indian connection, but literally, like I happen to watch the summer league. It may seem very random. Okay. The
Okay.
Kings won the summer league last year. Okay, before the
Okay.
season started.
Okay.
I watched it because there was an Indian guy on the team, by the way.
Okay.
Okay, Prince Singh. Okay, and
Okay.
Davion Mitchell was killing. Okay, and I'm like, this guy is a defensive stopper, dude. So the thing that I'm wondering now is, where was he in game one, right?
No, sir,
Because
he played well in game one also. So if you see Steph on paper, he had a good game, but each one of those shots were hard. And what you have to understand about Warriors is they generate easy shots for their stars. So they didn't get those easy shots.
yeah,
And this was, a very interesting game. Davion Mitchell just balled out.
yeah.
And of course, in the clutch, my God, De'Aaron Fox could not miss. He hit every shot in the clutch, and this has been the throughout the season where De'Aaron Fox, just doesn't miss in the clutch, and it was another indicator today. The second part, Sabonis, of course, had a comeback game and he played well. There was, of course, an altercation with Draymond where Draymond stomped on him, but Sabonis was holding his leg. So I
Yeah.
really don't know, like, if I'm Draymond at that point, how am I supposed to separate my leg? Like, it's being held by the guy. So I, of course, forcibly do it, and I'm off balance, and that's what ended up happening.
Yeah, but please, he's not some sant, okay, Draymond Green. Like, I think it was a very fair call. The way, I mean, they called it on
It should
both,
have
right?
been flagrant one both ways. I don't know why they kicked him out of the game because Warriors had started picking
No,
back
no,
momentum and they just killed their
no.
momentum.
So they kicked him out of the game because it is a dangerous play, right? You're stomping on literally someone's heart. Okay, this is not even a metaphor. That's right. I'm just saying it's because these things, right, can
No, but
get
you
very
tell me,
ugly.
like, what do you do in that moment? Like, literally his leg is being held by the opponent
You
player,
fall.
dude. Okay,
If
fair
someone is
enough.
holding your leg, you fall. Huh? You sort of fall away from him. But you saw like there was momentum on that kick. Okay, like the initial thing very escaped, and then he like poof. He stormed. Dude, Draymond knows what he's doing. Okay, and by the way, it was a build up, right? The referees also. call it as per the context. You saw the other one also where he sort of goes back into him. See, Draymond is smart enough to know he's falling back. Okay, so I think I give that guy a lot of credit. So I think it was a fair call. I
Okay.
would not have called it, and I don't even think Draymond Green was he complaining. He was actually egging on the crowd. You're like, bolo, bolo, I want the hit, right? So, but I don't think. I mean, I think it was a fair call, but I think the Warriors lost it before that, right? If you look at
No, 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 no.
beyond the
I
first quarter, they were playing catch up, right? They were down by 10, 14, 10, 14, like a couple of times, right? So I don't know. I don't think you can just attribute it to the officiating.
Okay, so let's move on to another point. Uh, Now, I have one specific player whom I have a lot of complaints against. I can't. So, guys, by the way, I picked the Warriors to win it all. So the situation they are in now sucks. Although I did tell the Kings win this game as well,
Yes.
but I have the Warriors to win it all, and they don't win it all unless Clay plays like Clay. So what do I mean by that? There's two parts to Clay's game. One is getting open, running around, creating a lot of offense, and hitting shots. The second part is playing D. On both fronts, he's getting beat. He's not getting open. He's not getting enough shots up. He's not hitting enough shots, and he's getting beat by anyone whom he's defending. Let it be Harrison Barnes, let it be Malik Monk, let it be Fox, let it be hell, even Davion Mitchell. All of them are beating him off the dribble. And I expect more from Clay, especially after the season which he had, where he hit 300 threes. I mean, I expect a lot more from Clay. And this team doesn't go anywhere unless Clay plays like Clay. One good thing I mean, what do you think about that, Gopal?
No, so I agree with you, and I think Clay has to become more of a facilitator. Also, if you look at, especially considering how Curry was played, right? I actually thought Curry played very well. I was
Yeah.
surprised he even got the numbers that he got.
Yeah.
Curry was like doing everything in his powers to do, and I think Clay has
And
a
he was double or triple teamed, dude. Like I could see Curry before he gets the ball, he was being double teamed. The moment he gets the ball, they're just flying at him. And the
yeah.
turnovers which Curry made were forced. Of course, some of them were unforced, but most of them were because of the kind of pressure Sacramento Kings were applying on him. And
Yeah.
the thing is, both Jordan Poole and Klay Thompson are just not making enough shots. And
Yeah.
if that does not happen, there's no way the Warriors win the series. Forget about the championship.
Yeah, so Clay, honestly, that's what I'm saying. You mentioned Jordan Poole, right? Now his ankle is not just hurting him; it's hurting the Warriors' credibility now, right? It's come to
Yeah.
that point, and
Yeah.
especially because if Clay is going to continue like this,
Yeah.
you need Jordan Poole to at least be able to create opportunity, because Clay is still the knockdown shooter that he is, right? He's still
Right.
making, like we saw down the stretch in the fourth
He
quarter.
did.
Those,
He did make a good few shots.
yeah,
Uh, But Jordan Poole, dude, he is the guy who, when there's enough pressure on Steph,
yeah,
you get the ball to Jordan Poole and he's able to create. And
yeah,
he's not doing that. And it's very
yeah,
surprising to me because even if his shots aren't falling, I saw him miss layups, Gopal, where he's
yeah.
managed to penetrate, he's got open and he's missing layups. I don't know, like, is it an injury thing or what's
That's
going
what is
on?
the ankle, right? Apparently, his ankle is still swollen. That's what the commentators are saying. So if that's the case, obviously it affects your mobility. But my point is, then what is the solution to that, right? Because even beyond that, right now coming to your forwards and your centers, right? Both of them, Draymond Green and Looney, were in foul trouble,
Oh, yeah, throughout
right?
the game. Yeah.
So it's a combination of things, right? That you're completely relying, your entire offense becomes one toned, right?
Yeah.
It's basically Steph creating these ridiculous opportunities
Right.
for his team. So I actually think whatever we saw, I mean, the Warriors should have lost by a lot more. It should not have been as close as it was, right? So if you consider the kind of obstacles they were up self-imposed turnovers, man. Like, okay, now
Yeah.
Warriors, of course, we know. I mean, they have always turned the ball over,
Right.
but this game it came to haunt them. Like, you look at the numbers, right? I think it was 25-9 in terms of second chance
Yeah.
points, something, and that in a close game, that's huge, right? That's a
Yeah.
difference. And also,
Absolutely.
you look at it defensively, like Wiggins, he started the game. That was one
Yeah.
difference from the last time, and
Yeah.
he immediately had an impact, right? He was affecting Fox in the first quarter, and then Wiggins goes out, and then in the second quarter, and then Fox starts scoring. Malik Monk, right? I'm wondering, should they get him in earlier, right? Like they
Yeah,
got,
yeah, because he's unstoppable.
yeah,
Like
get him
Malik.
earlier, right? Why
In fact,
waiting?
I felt Malik Monk was more successful than De'Aaron Fox for the first three quarters. Like
Yeah,
legit,
yeah,
Malik Monk was a lot more successful than De'Aaron Fox, and that was very surprising because, I mean, you think that De'Aaron Fox is their best player, but Malik Monk was getting everything. He was going right and hitting. He was going left and hitting. Where has this player been, dude? He was in the Lakers a couple of years back, and he wasn't as effective. Like, I'm loving watching him play. He's hitting superb shots. He's penetrating well. He's making all the right decisions, and it's very surprising to see like where the hell was this player?
yeah. Apparently, he was. Was he in Charlotte before this? After the Lakers, was he with?
I'm not sure. Yeah,
Yeah, so apparently he didn't. He never liked it there, and the assistant coach of the Kings came. Brought him, and sort of he was responsible and sort of helping him get comfortable and stuff.
right.
But 2 games in a row, man.
Yeah,
Like,
he's been unstoppable 2 games
right.
in a row.
So the thing is that moment you go 2 games in a row, it becomes like something that I can do regularly,
Right,
right?
right.
And in that case, now the Warriors will have to adjust to him. They have to consider Malik Monk. They can't just say कि भाई 2-3 shot मार के he will cool off,
Yeah,
right? Because and it's not just him. And the crazy thing is we have new guys stepping up for the Kings, right? Like you said, Davion Mitchell
right.
stepped up this time. So that I think is a
Herter
sign.
also had a great game. Like in the
Herter,
first
yeah,
first half, he couldn't miss. He hit
yeah.
every mid-range shot, and he was going at Steph. I'm sure that tired Steph out. Herter was playing really well, and look, that's what I'm trying to say, right? This the apart from De'Aaron Fox, others of the Kings
Yeah.
are stepping up. In the
Yes.
Warriors side, Steph and Wiggins played well, but no one else did. Like other than
Yeah.
Steph and Wiggins, okay. So on a side note, Wiggins was awesome the whole game
Yeah.
on D on O. Like the part which I loved is now let's see how Warriors respond in Game 3, and I don't know what's gonna happen after seeing this match because of how inconsistent Clay and Jordan Poole have been. So I don't know if they make it great. If not, you're seeing it a 3-0 deficit.
Yeah.
But Wiggins played awesome. This is his second game coming back. He hit every mid-range jumper I think I saw, and he looked like KD out there, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't go to him more.
Yeah, and the thing is, I still feel like he's still maybe 85%,
Right?
right. So because there was still some shots, the same, those corner threes, like it like
Yeah, yeah,
hit the
yeah,
sideboard and all. I'm like,
yeah.
these are so yeah. I think if especially with Poole and Clay Thompson not
Right,
showing any side, it comes down. A lot of it will come down to Wiggins in game 3 because Steph will be Steph, right?
right.
So he's going to keep doing what he does. And I also felt like the kind of punch that you expect, from DiVincenzo or Gary Payton, like I felt like all the energy plays were going the Kings' way,
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
So again,
There were very few winning plays. Look, I will say this. Almost, I think when the game was close,
huh,
Fox went on Gary Payton, and Gary Payton got a clean steal. Although the Warriors didn't finish that play, but that was a great. I thought that was a momentum swinger. Had they got that play down, like had they scored,
yeah.
but they didn't end up scoring. But that play, that steal was so clean that I had confidence again that okay, this guy put him on Fox the entire game and he will shut them out.
Yeah.
So
I mean, even number of shot attempts, right? I didn't check the end of the game one, but by the end of the third quarter, I think Kings had 14 more shot attempts than the Warriors, right? I
yeah,
think
so this is
yeah,
the thing I keep saying, right? Pace, offensive pace.
yeah,
The
yeah,
fact that Kings are able to beat of Warriors in their offensive pace is a big reason why they are winning last 2 games. And dude, I have never seen Warriors be uncomfortable on the run. I'm not sure what's wrong, but generally during fast breaks, they end plays really well.
yeah.
I'm not sure what's wrong, why they are not, able to. So many transition buckets, I think Warriors could have easily made. They missed.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know, honestly. That's what I'm saying. So they lacked that pace. They lacked what the Warriors we know them for, right?
Right,
They didn't get a lot of easy shots also in transition, right? All of their threes were like heavily, even the ones that Clay made. I mean, they were
right,
not easy,
yeah,
right? So credit again to the Kings for forcing I think the Warriors into like for example initially also, right, a lot of the offense was being run through Kevon Looney, right? They were daring him to make those shots, right? And I think so credit to the defensive schemes. Uh,
which Michael Brown is running. Yeah,
yeah. So and of course he knows them, right? He's been an assistant coach with the Warriors, so I think he's very very familiar, and I think these all these little things matter a lot, especially when you're coaching a young side. That's another scary thing, right? Like six of these Sabonis only 26. I mean, come on, man, like that's crazy. That means they have a very young core, which also means that their best game they're still learning, right?
right.
So again, like I said, these are the contrast between an aging team. This is where the question of age and health and injury comes in, right? Versus a team which can physically take a lot, can take a lot of
Right.
beating. So as the
I
series
have a
extends, yeah,
yeah, I have a question for you, Gopal.
huh,
So think about like what if scenario. This game, if Draymond is not ejected,
yeah.
do you think Warriors pull it off? Because it was a close game. It was a close game, like still 3 minutes down.
I don't know, man. See, you know the prediction I made. I thought Warriors are going to run away with it, like in game
No.
two, right? So it would have been closer, definitely. I think it because a lot of those, De'Aaron Fox, right? I think a lot of those shots that he got, he was able to just aram se waltz his way into the paint, especially in the
Right.
second half. And Draymond
Right.
Green would never have allowed that,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, I think but yeah, I will not put it to officiating, right? I'm not going to say that. I mean, a lot of what Draymond does, Draymond deserves. Right? So I have, but you're right. I think, but I do think though that if this game happens in Golden State, right? If like if it happened at their home court, he would not have been ejected. So I think a
Yeah.
lot.
Exactly.
So I think that
Exactly.
does make a difference.
Yeah.
But again, it'll be interesting to see how the Kings respond. Everything that the Kings has done, they've done it for the first time, right? The first time winning at home, first time going 2-0 at home. Now first time playing a playoff game.
Right. I think we lost Gopal, guys. But while he rejoins us, let's move on to the predictions for tomorrow. So yeah, but before that, final conclusions on this game. Wonderful game. I expected the Kings to win, although I have the Warriors for the series. I think in this, I think yeah, Gopal. I think you got disconnected, but I was just saying. I think this is the okay. So Gopal, here's my
Huh,
prediction.
huh.
This for two reasons I'm making this prediction.
Okay.
First is I think Warriors were not able to figure out the right lineup. Okay, in the first two games. In the first game, of course, when I say what's the right lineup, typically Warriors Steve Kerr does this. He tests out a lot of lineups, especially early on in the series, and then he freezes on a specific lineup. I think Warriors found that lineup today. So I'll list out the players whom I think they'll continue to play. This will be their main go-to lineup in the series: Steph, Clay, Wiggins, Gary Payton 2, and Draymond Green. I think this lineup, when they were playing, did really well. I'll just check the numbers. I'm not sure if the numbers match up, but I think when they had this lineup, they could beat up the Kings on D, and they were scoring consistently on offense. So I think this is going to be their go-to lineup. So Steph, Clay, Wiggins, Gary Payton 2, and Draymond Green. Uh, I mean, actually, they were going on the fourth quarter when they had started going on a run with this lineup itself. But I mean, of course, the Draymond thing happened, so Kevon Looney had to be substituted. They lose a lot of offensive versatility and defensive versatility because of that. So I think Warriors have figured that out. The second thing which Warriors have figured out is, uh, I think to a large extent, they know how to play De'Aaron Fox now. So yeah, because he just got 24. If you ask me the number of attempts and all, of course he scored a lot of it towards the end when Draymond wasn't there. But when Draymond was playing, he was actually not playing that well. You take out the last 5 minutes of the game, and De'Aaron Fox had a very poor game. So I think Warriors have figured that out. So my prediction is this, Gopal, that this is the last game the Kings win in the series.
So you are sticking with that. You are sticking
Yeah,
with
so
that.
I'm sure it's gonna be the next 4 games. Warriors just take it comfortably. I'm not even joking. Like when I say comfortably, I don't think the games get even this close. I think comfortably by double digits all the next 4 games.
Yeah.
That's
So
my prediction.
yeah,
And
yeah.
the
So,
only reason is I think Warriors have figured it out. And when I say figure it out, they know how to play Fox, they know how to play Monk, in the sense that force them into difficult shots. I'm sure they're going to hit shots, but force them into a lot of difficult shots. And offensively, I think I could sense that they're getting into a rhythm, especially in the beginning of the fourth
Hmm.
quarter. They've started figuring out, okay, this is how you play. When Davion Mitchell is there, how do we get him on Steph? And they've figured that out.
Okay.
So this is my take. I mean, what do you think, Gopal?
Oh, so for me it's about the role players of the Kings, right?
Okay,
Do they travel well? That is my main question here, right? Like guys like Malik Monk, Davion Mitchell, all these guys who sort of feed on their home court, on their home fans, right? The supporting cast of the Kings, are they going to maintain their level of play? If not, then we're going to look at, and the same counter question also comes up, right? You expect Gary Payton Jr., DiVincenzo, all these guys to obviously have better performances than they have, right?
right,
So I think that is a very interesting swing because your star players on both teams are still going to. Uh, yeah,
right.
go ahead. This is something you wanted to say. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to mention the second thing, apart from the defensive end, on the offensive end, what Warriors have figured out
Huh.
is, and this was surprising to me when I was watching it play, is the way Kings are able to easily get points on the rim, penetration and
Hmm.
points.
Yeah.
Warriors are also easily able to do it. I think
Yeah.
Steph figured it out in the fourth, and he was constantly, penetrating. Of course, later on when he started getting double and triple teamed, he didn't have a great outlet. Typically, Draymond provides that outlet,
Yeah.
but I think that's the second thing which the Warriors have figured out, and this is something which has to be communicated to Jordan Poole as well.
Hmm.
I'm sure they will. Like, I'm sure the coaching staff is going to tell him that, hey, we're getting easy buckets at the rim. And once that starts going in, their 3 point game opens up on the Kings. I don't think the Kings can keep up after that point because Kings, like the Warriors, don't have great rim protection.
Hmm. Hmm.
Warriors. So Draymond in the regular season he doesn't try, but in the playoffs he's a great rim protector.
Okay.
So I think that's one huge advantage. I mean, what do you think? Didn't you observe this? Like Warriors were getting very easy buckets to the rim when they started penetrating.
They were, but the point is they were not doing it enough. They were not sticking with it enough, right? So the
You're right.
question is whether they realize. And this again, if you look at even Steph Curry, like a lot of his shots that he was making were inside, right? They were inside the 3 point line. So, but that'll mean a complete shift in terms of how Warriors play the game, right? So,
Right.
do they have that courage to move away from something that defines them? Right? And if they do, then yeah, then we're going to have a very very different ball game, right? So, but yeah, so I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see what both teams bring, what adjustments both these sides get. So yeah, exciting, man. Game three. Ooh, wow. You're
It's
saying
going to be a
four.
fun game.
You're saying Warriors are going to win the next four. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
I'm not going to make predictions anymore. I think I have lost the right to do.
No, man, you can't predict, so
I
it's
don't. The
fine.
thing is, I don't want to. I want to see. I want to see the Kings play away, and then I want to. Then I'll take a call. Right? That's a safe way, more responsible way to do it. I'm not a betting person anyway, so that's why I prefer
But
this.
yeah, I think the Warriors win the next four. I think Draymond has figured something out. I think Steph has figured something out, and the person who will step up, I am confident on it, is Clay. So Clay is going to step up.
He has
And
to.
I think we're going to see in this series Game 6 Clay just take over. Waiting for that.
Game six, Clay taking over in game three.
Game 6. Yeah, I mean, it's going to go 6 games, right?
Oh,
Minimum.
that way. Okay. No,
So
I
I'm
hope the
waiting.
game six Clay comes up in game three itself. He needs to come sooner. He can't just wait for game six.
Let's move on to tomorrow's predictions. So, Gopal, tomorrow we have some exciting games.
Okay.
Starting off with this. Okay, so let's go one by one. The first one is Celtics Hawks. I mean, I picked Celtics to comfortably win
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. Same here. Same here. I don't.
Uh,
I don't look
Next
at any
is
surprises there. Yeah.
Cavaliers Knicks. TK, this is
Overtime.
going to be. No, I think Knicks actually beat them comfortably tomorrow as well
Oh. Okay. Cool.
because
Okay.
they're a much more tough team and it works in the playoffs. Now, this is a game I'm waiting to watch. I'm going to see the whole game. Gopal, make sure you see this as well. The Suns
Oh
Clippers.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, here's the thing, right? Kawhi Leonard matches up really, really well with Kevin Durant.
Hmm.
And I don't know. I feel uh, for some reason, last year's Celtics sweep of Nets is still fresh in my mind
Okay.
because Kyrie and Kevin, both of them were healthy and they still lost that series. They lost in a
Hmm.
sweep.
Hmm.
And for some reason, I feel that Clippers win this game as well because of because Celtics, the way they played Kevin Durant is similar to how Clippers are gonna play Kevin Durant. So what do I mean by that? Celtics had Jalen Brown or Jason Tatum sticking to Kevin Durant on D and going at him on offense
Hmm.
all day long. So he was obviously this is exactly what the Clippers are doing, which is they have Kawhi on Kevin Durant. He is probably when he's focused and locked in, he's the best defender on the planet. And on the offensive end, Kawhi is a robot.
Hmm.
He
Yeah.
is so efficient, especially in the playoffs. My God, like Kawhi in the playoffs, when he's going, he scares me. You know how Steph or Clay or LeBron scare me? Kawhi scares me. And I don't know. Like I don't think Kevin Durant is good enough defensively to affect Kawhi. And at the same time, on the offensive end, he'll have to work a lot harder. And then all the other players, I think, just cancel out each other to a
Hmm.
large extent. Because I hate Devin Booker's game. I think it's something which can be defended very easily against. I think CP3 is not there. Uh, I don't know. Like this specific series may be a bad. After seeing the first game and I watched some of the highlights and replays again and again, I saw some of the tape and it just felt that if Westbrook plays with that kind of energy and that kind of defense, I think Clippers take tomorrow's game as well. What do
Yeah,
you think,
yeah.
Gopal?
So yeah, I mean, Westbrook, I think will always be an X factor, and like you said, like depends on which Westbrook turns up. But overall, I do look at it as a rebound game for the Suns. I
Hmm.
expect CP3 and Devin. I already told you, right? Because the attention that KD is naturally going to get, I think Booker is going to have a very strong offensive night, and CP3 I think is also going to be solid but not spectacular. Right, he was sort of ineffective in a way in game one, but I expect I'm picking the Suns. I am still going with the Suns for game two.
So let's let's see what happens. But I think I got you tomorrow as well.
Okay, let's.
Let's move to the next game. The Grizzlies Lakers. Honestly, I don't know. I don't think. I think it's going to be a sweep. I think the Lakers win it comfortably tomorrow as well.
Oh,
And he's probably not playing in game two, Ja Morant. And
just to
he's the only.
interrupt you, I think, but these are games that are going to happen on Thursday morning for us, right? So you're sort
Oh,
of
apologies.
you're jumping ahead.
Sorry. Okay, so the Thursday games,
Yeah.
we'll talk about it tomorrow. Guys, so that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. There was an exciting game one. I hope you guys saw it. It was really fun to watch. This series, say what you want, the games are super fun to watch.
Yeah.
Unlike the Sixers Nets game, it was relatively boring, like so low scoring, 96-84. Like, what the hell?
I still watched it though just to see if like how could Embiid be slowed down or stopped, right? They tried for about first half they will do, then like bhai ye bahut calm ka cheez hai, we can't like put in this much effort in the second, and they like leave it. Yeah.
That's pretty much gonna be what happens with Embiid. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, my prediction is this: the Sacramento Kings is the last game they win in the series. So congrats to Kings. They had a great regular season
Oh, you're giving
and
a
great
farewell speech. Okay.
and the great two games. I think I think they've played with so much energy that I don't think they have anything left in the tank. Honestly,
Young bloods, man, energy. See, they won't lack in energy. The question is whether it'll affect them mentally in terms of suddenly, like when they see adversity in Golden State, a hostile environment, how will they react to that? That was my fear, honestly, in Game Two also. But they were able to, I don't know, hold on, man. They showed me something that I didn't expect from them. So I think their game can travel.
let's see. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned tomorrow as well. And me and Gopal, as I said, midweek will announce something. We're just working out details of uh, an interesting event which we've planned. So, thank you so much for watching. See you guys in our next video.
Bye.